friends, it's Miss Rebecca here, and today we are going to do sink and float. So I have my container of water, see? And I have a whole bunch of simple machines for us to see if it sinks or floats. Now remember, sink is when it goes all the way down to the bottom, and float is when it stays on top of the water. Are you ready? Let's do some testing. And once we decide if it sinks or floats, we're going to put it on the tray and we're going to make a tally on our cards, and then we're going to count our tallies at the end. So here we go. We're going to start with our inclined plane, and that's a ramp. And look, our ramp is a block. Do you think it's going to sink or float? Let's test. What is it doing? Is it going down? Nope. It's floating. So I'm going to take it out and I'm going to set it on the float tray, and I'm going to make one tally mark for float. So we have one thing that floats. Let's look at one of our things that is a screw. So I have a screw right here. Do you think it's going to sink or float? All right, let's test. Oh my goodness, it went all the way down. Can you see that? It's all the way down at the bottom. I'm going to have to stick my hand in there and get all wet to get it out. Oh no! So there it is. Oops, and I dropped it again and it sunk all the way back down to the bottom. So now we're going to make our tally for sink. So we have our first sink. So we have one float and one sink. All right, let's see. What do you think will happen with our butter knife? This is a wedge. Do you think this wedge will sink or float? Let's test. Oh, it went all the way to the bottom. Our other wedge is a shovel. Do you think it'll sink or float? Let's test. Ah, it's floating. So we have one wedge that sunk to the bottom and one wedge that was floating. So I'm going to put a tally on each. One, and now I'm going to take them out. So here we go. The shovel, which is a wedge, floated. The knife, which is a wedge, sank to the bottom. Oh goodness, let's see what's next. Ooh, the wheel's next. Are you ready? I'm so excited. I have my car. See my pink car? Do you think it'll sink or float? Let's test. Oh no, my car sank all the way to the bottom. Let's test our other wheels, and then we will tally them all up. What about this wheel? It's made from our play sticks and 2 foam pieces. Do you think it's going to sink or float? Let's test. Oh, that one is floating. And my last wheel is my pizza cutter. Do you think it's going to sink or float? Let's test. Oh, it sank. So we have one wheel that floated and 2 wheels that sank. So I'm going to draw my 2 lines for my wheels that sank and 1 for my wheel that is floating. And now I'm going to take them out. There's my floaty wheel. There's my pizza cutter that sank. There's my car that sank. All right. Next are our levers. Are you ready? Here is my first lever. It's a pair of tongs, see? Do you think these tongs will sink or float? Let's test. Oh, they sank to the bottom. Do you think it'll make a difference if we open them up? Let's try it. Oh, it still sank to the bottom. Let's try another set of levers. These are our scissors. Do you think these levers will sink or float? Let's try it. Oh no, they both sank to the bottom. So I need to make a 5 to slide and 1 more. Okay, now I'm going to take those levers out. Ooh, they're all drippy.